Let's move on to the United States of America. Remember, today is a big day in United States politics. We're just hours away from the release of the Epstein files, and it remains to be seen just how much the U.S. Justice Department will share. Meanwhile, remember, Trump supporters have rallied behind him, saying that the U.S. president is a family man with values.
Trump, I don't know. I mean, they do say he's close to people, but I don't know. I like to believe, that he's a family man and he holds certain values, and so that's what I'm shooting for. So I doubt he will be, though.
A day earlier, congressional Democrats released dozens of new images from the estate of the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The 68 newly released photographs include redacted passports and identification cards from multiple countries, including Russia, Ukraine, Morocco, Italy, South Africa, the Czech Republic, and Lithuania. A number of faces in these images are obscured to protect identities. Other photographs include two images showing public intellectual Noam Chomsky seated with Epstein on what appears to be an aircraft. There are also pictures of Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates posing beside a woman whose face has been blurred. Former Trump strategist Steve Bannon also features in the newly released batch of photos. Now, Democrats say that the images do not depict unlawful conduct by the people shown, but are meant to provide transparency into Epstein's contacts and activities. Among the most disturbing images, however, are close-ups of text from Vladimir Nabokov's novel, Lolita, handwritten across a woman's body. There's also a screenshot of a late-night text exchange appearing to discuss sending young women to someone identified only as J for $1,000 each. Democrats say they are continuing to analyze thousands of photos described as both graphic and mundane. All right, our correspondent Susan Tehrani is joining us live from New York. Let me understand from her what this means from the Trump administration. Susan, you and I discuss this daily. These are photographs that are almost every second day released by the Democrats of Epstein files. As far as the Trump administration is concerned and the Republican Party in general is concerned, how are they reacting to it, considering the fact that the timing of the release of these photographs is extremely important ahead of the midterms?
It is important, the release of these photographs. However, not just Trump supporters, but a number of Jeffrey Epstein victims are now criticizing the Democrats because they say that they're providing these images to the public without giving any context on the one hand. And on the second hand, they think that it's more politically motivated as opposed to trying to bring to justice the perpetrators of these crimes, not just Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, but those powerful individuals who were involved. Remember, the Democrats have about 95,000 photos in their possession, and they're releasing these without any explanation and any context. Nonetheless, the Trump administration is now on deadline with each passing hour. The Justice Department, after President Trump signed into law that it has to release these by today, which is Friday, and it has to release it in a public manner on a portal of some sort where the public and everyone else can go in and try to, find out what is going on the one hand, and also be able to search for it to be a searchable engine as well. We're waiting on the Justice Department for that. However, many are wondering whether or not it'll be redacted heavily, volumes of it, because some parts of it is an ongoing investigation, and also because Ghislaine Maxwell just recently has requested that charges be dropped against her. But again, the skepticism is, will the Justice Department and the DOJ under the Trump administration use these investigations as an excuse to voluminously redact the material that it wants to bring out to the public. So a lot of questions still remain. A lot of skepticism remains on what we're going to get today. But nonetheless, yes, today's a big day, and today is that day.
Absolutely, Susan, and all eyes are on whom the Justice Department actually delivers justice to. But thanks very much, Susan Tehrani, for joining us and getting us the latest from United States of America.